Welcome to Mic'd and Medicated.
And this is our first rodeo.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
Welcome to Mic'd and Medicated. We are thrilled to be back with everyone after our 2-week spring break. And we've been getting so much feedback on some of the memes we've been posting, in particular, the ones that I think all of us relate to, where our husbands are, I don't know, should I say useless? That might be too harsh, but where
useless, snails, don't know where anything is. The big winner was the husband looking for ketchup and the wife being like, I cannot believe this is my emergency contact.
oh my God, that one
That hit.
really hits home. So we thought today what we do is sort of take a cue from all of you and talk about our husbands. And honestly, the title for this episode kind of wrote itself. Why we hate our husbands. Sometimes, often, most of the time. No, just kidding. Sometimes, honey.
And also, we thought we would do something new because there are a lot of podcasts out there. Obviously, nothing's as good as us. But we were just going to start with a little freestyle, improv rap kind of thing. And I just want you to know, none of this is practiced.
Well, and we'd be remiss not to say that you kind of made a rage call saying that you're really good at like improv rapping.
Well, now you're making me nervous and now I'm going to suck. I am good, but now I'm feeling a little, my eyes twitching, but I think we can do this. Are you ready? Should we? Boom, 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 boom. We have 3 husbands, 3 of them. Jeremy, Jason, and Doug.
We may have 3, but how come? It's like we don't even have 1.
Because sometimes they act more like kids than actually are husbands. You know what I'm talking about? And sometimes we just want a guy who's going to be like, hey, honey, do you want some roses and nice diamond studs?
Oh, Jeremy, where are you? Let's check the bathroom.
Because you must be pretending that you have to pee when we all know you're sitting on the toilet, looking on Instagram or working. When your wife is, what do you say? Babysitting? No, she parenting. She not babysitting. She parenting.
Doug. Hey, Doug. Why you hiding in the den? What? You're working? All I see is bad TV on that screen.
Yeah. And Doug didn't think you were married to a thug. Did you? Because Eva over here is scary. But yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
hey. Jason, you want a BJ? Try not to make a reservation. Jason, where there is a terrible table near the silverware.
Jason.
Take your wifey away in a PJ.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, PJ.
Woo! Oh, yeah. If you're married to a Jewish woman, just so you know, no one wants to give a PJ. They just want to fly on a PJ. And we want to pack whatever we want to pack. We don't want to be told that smack. Come on. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. Boom. You know what? We're here, and you don't seem to see us, because you know what? You know what we see? We see you on your phone. We don't like that all day.
Action? Well,
yeah. Who you talking to? A sex doll? No, you ain't.
You're working. Always working.
You're like a 7-Eleven, working 24/7 on that cell phone.
You think being a parent is working? No, it ain't working. We're not hiring you to babysit.
You're a parent. You gave birth. Remember, even if it only took you 30 seconds and we spent 9 months in hell, we're still telling you that you gotta babysit. No, I mean parenting, because guess what? This shit is hard. It's hard.
Yeah, hard like moving a baby through my yeah. So you know what? Don't ever say calm down.
Crazy, because guess what? That ain't gonna make you hard. No, that's just gonna make your life hard. Because none of us want to hear calm down. Don't say calm down. No, calm down makes me want to go crazy, because no one wants to calm down. How can we calm down? Hey, bitch, why are you screaming? I don't know. Maybe I'm screaming because nobody listens to me in this house.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes you're so slow. It's like, are you in the house or is it a mouse? Because you're not contributing. You're just walking around on a cell phone, talking loud. We don't care about your new real estate deal. Unless it's going to bring me a private plane or some new wheels. I don't want to hear in the whole apartment what you're talking about. Yeah, damn.
Yeah. And you know what? When I say do you want to walk the dog? And you say, yeah. Well, yeah means yeah. Yeah doesn't mean in an hour. Or mean when you put the leash on. Walking the dog includes putting the leash on. Nag it.
Yeah, all we do is nag. That's what you say. You know why we nag? Because you don't do it the first time. No, you don't. And you know
Diddly
what?
squat.
And
Diddly
next
squat. You do diddly squat.
Next
second.
Diddly squat.
Right, or the fourth. Why are you screaming? Why are you screaming? I don't know. Maybe I'm screaming because you don't listen. You act like you're deaf, and I know you're not deaf because you can hear me.
Because you got the earbuds in.
Listening to a podcast. That's not mine.
You are home like it's an airport.
No, it's not an airport. And I mean, everything is annoying. You guys are annoying. We miss the days when I don't even remember, but I think you used to make hot reservations.
Yeah,
you were
buy
sexy.
us gifts.
Where are those? Now we buy ourselves gifts. I mean, what? What? Can I get a what? What? Do you remember what today is? I don't know. Is it your birthday, anniversary, Valentine's? No, you don't remember. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. Is it our anniversary? No, it's my anniversary.
And hey, did you get the gift I mentioned 10 times with specific direction?
No. You know what you got me? You got something that looked like a Cracker Jack box. I don't want that. I work hard for my money, even though I don't make any.
She works hard for the money.
Honey.
For the money.
Honey.
And guess what? We're working 24/7.
24/7.
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven,
What do you think?
24/7.
You get home from work and you're off duty?
No, actually, you on duty. Because you're in the bathroom making on duty. Every time you come home, it's like, hey, how you doing? Listen to
us, all the ladies in the audience.
It was freestyle, and that felt really good, even though we're not from the hood. Bam. Woo, that felt good.
Woo, that felt great.
How do you think our husbands are going to feel listening to that?
Jason's gonna have such a face. I can't.
I think actually we're gonna watch with them just so we can record.
I don't know if Doug got enough flack on that rap thing.
Oh, well, should we start with Doug? Actually,
Let's start with Doug, because you know what?
Well, let's just start with where we left off at the end of our last episode.
You were rushing like a crazy woman, trying to make a flight that you had asked your husband if you could reschedule, and he said it was non-refundable. What happened when you got to that airport after an hour of sweat at JFK?
Well, I got up to the ticket counter, and I was very proud of myself that I made the flight, and apparently nobody had ever booked tickets for me on said flight.
Oh!
Yeah. And I called Doug, and he called American Airlines, and then actually seemed kind of annoyed that he was spending all this time on American Airlines to try and get us the flight. But it turns out we had never booked a flight. And so Sandy and I took a great selfie at JFK on Friday afternoon before spring break. And then we got in an Uber and took another hour ride back home.
Wow. So for Doug trying to save money just costed him like $300 in Uber.
That's exactly right. And actually, just because this isn't a one-time exceptional instance, I am going to Texas this weekend to visit my oldest son with Sandy, and we'll look at the school while we're there. And I said, hey, Doug, just want to know our exact flight information and hotel information. And it turns out he booked me a one-way ticket to Texas. I hope that's not a hint, Doug.
Oh my God, I'm dead.
And
maybe Doug's a genius.
And he hadn't even heard our rap song yet.
That's true.
And no hotel. And I said in a very loving way, honey, you have so much going on. Maybe from now on I should book the travel. I'm happy to do it. And he's like, I'm sure I got a return flight. I have to look for it. And then he proceeded to say, I think you just didn't figure out what you wanted. This isn't an issue of me booking. It's that it took you too long to decide
it's the
what time
reframing.
you wanted to leave. Yeah.
I feel like with my husband too, when it comes to travel, he's always trying to save that $150, 10, and he's not thinking about the opportunity cost of it or the emotional hell that will come with that decision.
Yes.
And this is going to sound spoiled, and it is, I am spoiled, but for our anniversary, got married at the Hotel Bel Air, okay? And we were going to LA to celebrate, and he's like, you know what, let's switch it up. Let's go to the Beverly Hills Hotel, which was a few $100s cheaper. I'm like, but why? I want to stay at the Bel Air. That's why we're going to LA. That's where we got married. It's our place. Why would we go and not stay there? So we're going to change it up. And I'm like, I'm going to be upset. What happens? We get there and he thinks it's funny. He's like, she had a meltdown at the Beverly Hills Hotel. She's so spoiled.
Right.
But we
They
ended up switching
always-
hotels to
They
Bel Air.
always flip it. I was very clear. Let's make sure our condo is ski in, ski out. Like, couldn't be more clear. And we got there and Doug's like, oh, it's so easy, the ski in, ski out. So when Eleanor and I went to hit the mountains and meet Doug and Sandy, we realized that this so easy ski in, ski out was actually going like through a back carpeted hallway where like the, superintendent lives. And then going outside up a, set of concrete stairs and then going down 3 floors in an elevator to like P2, parking level 2. And then going through like the parking lot to get to the snow and then meandering down a flat 10-minute path to get on like the ancient chairlift that no one takes that only exists for the condo we stayed at.
I don't even I don't even understand what did he actually think it was ski in or ski out, or was he once he got there, or was he trying to just pretend that it was like, did he admit that he made a mistake? Because my husband would like to admit he made a mistake.
No admission there. I mean, I do want to see the VRBO listing because I think that it's malpractice if they build that as ski and ski out.
I can't do VBROs or whatever. I need a 5-star hotel. I really do. That's why I'm doing this podcast, because I can't. It's not really fair. I feel like to keep doing it. But they just, I don't know. It's like vacations are hard. I feel like I set these expectations that, especially when we do our trip that's just the 2 of us, that every minute has to be like magic. I don't know what I'm thinking. Like, it's not a Disney movie or like a rom-com. It's like as soon as we land, instead of being like, oh my God, we're in Italy, this is so romantic. Obviously, he's going to check his phone and get all like work-related crazy. Or he wants to have a conversation with the Uber driver, who, by the way, is telling him multiple times, no speak English. He'd rather talk to him. Population stats. Oh, what does it cost to build here? Where's the best restaurant? I'm like, the guy's the Uber driver who doesn't even speak English. I already booked an itinerary of the best restaurants. Like, shut up and either look at me, tell me I'm beautiful, and like, hold my hand.
Yeah, we have a lot of trouble with the Save the Marriage trip because Doug will be like, where do you want to go this summer? And I'm like, oh yeah, let's plan a trip. And then he like sends me some options and there's like one common theme. They're all Marriotts.
Well,
and
we know that's the Heyman way.
The romance.
I agree. It's just Marriotts are not sexy. They're conference-y.
Well, he will say there are some beautiful Marriotts, but it's just that we're like focused on value when it should be a romantic getaway.
Well, they're not focused. I think what we have to really kind of put out here is that men seem to just be focused on the price, right? Like, that's why when it's like their anniversary, it's like, we want a gift. We don't care what it costs. Work hard for what we want, but they don't want to spend any money. So they're always looking at that number. He's not looking at, okay, if I book this romantic hotel, I'm not getting Marriott points, but maybe it will be the most amazing romantic 5 days. They just can't see it that way. That's why I take control and I book.
Right. I think from now on, I'm going to have to book. And it's funny what you said about the phone, because I feel like I watched the hands start shaking. And like, as soon as
it's like a drug,
as soon as we touch down, there's the turning on of the phone. And I feel like, I don't think any of our husbands are that important.
Well, it's like he acts like he's doing a brain surgery. I've got to take this. Everything with my husband is critical. It's very critical. Very critical. I'm like, really? Because it's July 4th week? And what is so fucking critical? Like, I'm sorry, did a building collapse? What is so critical? Can someone else that works with you take over? No, he's got to take care of it.
I have the opposite thing where, so he'll start to decompress, the trip will happen. But then when it's the day to go home, it's over. We've not even gotten to the airport yet, but he's back in work mode. And then he just like won't talk to me anymore. I'm like, hello, I'm still here and we're still here. Like, talk to me. We're still together. Don't ignore me. It's so sad.
And I kind of feel like phones have ruined it for women everywhere, because it used to be that they would go to work and maybe they would hide at work, but when they got home, there was no expectation they were working. And now I feel like men use it as an excuse. It's almost like
it's like a crutch.
Like the phone, because there's flexible working and there's sort of a norm around working remote, that all of a sudden, all day, they have to be working. On the weekends, they need to be working. They never did before phones existed, before the COVID.
Also, my husband will be like, my ability to use my phone is why we're on this trip. It provides for us, or...
Oh, lucky you, Caroline.
Yeah, or the flexibility. Like, I can be flexible and take off. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'd rather not be here. Or we're having like a really romantic day. And he's like, I have a 3:00 call. Is that okay? And I'm like, no, it's not okay. Like, we had a glass of rosé at lunch. It could be a really lucky afternoon for you. We're having fun. And then you're going to put on your work voice and your work energy. And then I want to fucking kill you. So no, it's not okay. And then when I say it's not okay, you know what he says? Well, I don't have a choice. So why'd you ask me?
Yeah.
My husband does this thing where he asks me if it's okay, but he doesn't actually mean it. He's doing it anyway.
We have to talk about this because
That's what we're talking about.
Crazy. Doug will text like, is it okay if I play golf Saturday? Like, what am I supposed to say? No, it's not okay. Of course I'm going to say it's okay. Or he's like,
I just say no.
It's expectation management. I feel like husbands are really bad at expectation management. Doug always does this thing. And like,
no, it's us, our expectations.
Well, no, I feel like he doesn't manage my expectations. He's like, I'm just going to grab a drink after work, but I'm going to be home for dinner.
Yes. How about this? Like, this was insane. On spring break, I'm with my mom taking a little Pilates. You know, I've got to keep it hot. He doesn't have to do that. And he calls me.
Sorry, they do have to.
They do. You're right. I don't want like the fat dad bod. But anyway, he's like, where are you? I'm watching the kids at the pool. I really have to go to the bathroom. Okay, I'm right taking Pilates. I'll come, relieve you. Set the expectation. You're not coming back. He didn't come back. An hour and a half later, he shows up refreshed in a new outfit. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I just thought you needed a quick pee break. Tell me you're not coming back.
I was in the bathroom.
Peeing.
In the room where it happens. Jeremy's in the room where it happens.
That's where the magic is. It's on the toilet. On the smart toilet. The one that talks. Yeah, with the T. What is it called? It's called Totem. Whatever that Japanese toilet is.
Oh
yeah.
God. He's in the room where it happens.
The magic happens, right? Like when they used to do MTV Cribs, like, this is where the magic happens. Now I can open the bathroom, like, this is where the magic happens.
Okay. But I do think what you're saying, and I agree, well, it goes both ways. Like, I was going to say that it's really hard to get husbands to focus on you. They're very much focused on work. But I would say sometimes Doug and I have the opposite problem where he wants attention. So it's like when...
Sometimes you're kind of like the man,
I think that can be true. I can be the cold cat, or I am the cold cat. But I also think this is true of all men. It's like they're on a different timetable than the rest of the family.
Oh, it's my husband's time. It's like Jeremy Central Time. It's like I don't understand.
Time, JT.
It's JT time. I'll be like, Jeremy, you don't understand. I have so many things I have to deal with and think about. He's like, oh, you don't think I have so much? I have to keep everybody alive. I'm like, no, you have to pay for everybody, but I have to literally keep everybody alive.
Right. And what about morning routine?
Oh my God. For God's sakes. Whoa. Okay.
Caroline needs a moment.
This morning was also really bad because it was the first day back to school, and I had to be like, get up to my husband also, and my child, get up. It's like, I need the help. And he's just like, it's fine, relax. I'm like, no, because I will be the one rushing. Yeah. Like, he gets up immediately. It's like, he'll help with like breakfast quickly, which because it's like my daughter's an allergy pancake and she has a whole shit fit if he doesn't make it. And then he just disappears. It's 2.5 hours in the bathroom where I have to get myself ready, my daughter ready.
The bathroom again.
No, but like, it's actually insane. He'll be like, I just wish I had time to work out. I'm like, you could. You could not take a 80-minute shower and you could work out. And then this is the best. He'll come out in the morning and instead of being like, hello, good morning. I mean, I get it. He doesn't want to be like, hello, sweetie, beautiful, when I just screamed at him to get his fucking ass out of bed. But like, he doesn't even say hello. And then he's got an ear pod in listening to a podcast. Like, it's not my podcast either. Like, I'm sorry. Do you think you have the skills to multitask? Because you don't. Okay, you just don't.
That's true. I don't know any husbands who can multitask. That's definitely a genetically female thing.
Well, I mean, they had to hunt. That's it, and gather, and then we had to gather everything. They had one task: get the cow, bring it back, and we had to make clothes with the cow, make the food with the cow, make the shoes with the cow.
Right.
Wouldn't you love to see them do one day in our shoes? Just do like all the things we do in one day.
But see, you know what? I think
all.
that.
Remember it all.
But Jeremy would just not do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, he would just say, whatever, I'll have someone else pick her up. We'll miss the after school activities. They would just watch TV all day.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't do it like us.
I do feel.
Just call me. Be like, I need help.
Right. I do feel, and I have to be honest here, that sometimes I'm at fault in the morning because I'm not a morning person. And Doug gets up bright and early, but he doesn't then take the next step. Like he's the one shaking me saying, can you get up and help get Eleanor ready? But it doesn't occur to him that he could let me sleep and he could do it. Or even worse, this has happened throughout our lives. On the days that Doug takes the kids to school, he stands at the front door just getting angrier and angrier. He's like a teapot, like waiting to steam and explode. And I'm like, well, instead of me running around to like make sure George is out of bed, to make sure Sandy has breakfast, to make sure Eleanor is like getting dressed and not doing an hour makeup routine, he just stands there getting angrier and angrier. And he's like, I'm at the door. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, that's my husband. Actually, no, my husband can't even get to the door. They don't get it. They don't. I'm like, I'll literally make lunch, get her dressed, deal with like brushing her hair, which is literally like wrestling with Chucky the doll. And, and he hasn't wiped his butt in all that time. I'm sorry. That's literally the worst thing you do. That's the worst thing you do.
Yeah. And I know we touched on this during the wrap, but I think we have to go a step further. For all of you out there who have pets, like I do a lot of the dog walking. And sometimes when I want Doug to walk the dog, I'll be like, hey, can you walk the dog? And he's like, sure. And then 40 minutes later, hey, are you going to walk the dog? Yeah. I'm going to do it now.
Oh, right. After the dog already pissed and shat in your house. Thank you.
And then the worst is when he says, can you put her leash on? And I'm like, no. Walking the dog entails putting the leash on.
My husband goes, can you get her ready?
Yes.
What the hell does that mean, get her ready?
Let's just hand off everything on a silver platter.
Just get the dog. Oh, I can't catch her. I'm like, so.
We're just taking a moment
Sorry.
to collect ourselves. And what about who else has trouble ordering dinner?
Are you kidding? It's what do you want? Well, this is also, there's the two factors here. So one is, like, he thinks he's genius when it's like 5:30 and he's at work and he's like, oh, so what's the plan for dinner? What do you want to do for dinner with the kids? I'm like, honey, you're 5 hours late. Like, I already got the groceries. We're eating. And he's like, is it salmon again? I'm like, it's salmon again. And you have no choice because you didn't it's not up to you. It is salmon and veggies again. But he's like, I'm like, the kids are already eating. So why are you asking me at 5:30? What do we want to make for dinner? Like, he's so behind.
So what are your husbands like in terms of romantic dinner planning, getaway planning?
Oh.
What?
That's my job.
Romantic dinner planning? I'm like, my husband's idea of romantic dinner planning is going to like a depressing Japanese restaurant and getting like, what is that thing? It's like a soup. No, not omakase. Omakase, whatever. It's like that hot soup where he's like sweating. Eating steak and noodles. What is this called? Come on, someone tell me. It's not hibachi. It's kind of like ramen.
I know what you're talking about.
Udon?
I don't know what it's called, but it's like,
yeah.
I don't want that. No, I don't want to sit in a restaurant that looks like it's from 1980. Okay? And it's very fluorescent light. And you're going to eat that hot soup that smells like a turkey's butt. I don't. Shabu-subu? Sorry. Shabu-shabu. He always wants to shabu-shabu. It's so unsexy.
So weird. Actually.
But by the
really
way,
weird.
I can relate to that because Doug loves soup and he loves spicy foods. And when we talk about when we want to kill our husband, there's like a slurping noise with the soup eating.
Oh,
and then like
that.
A sweating on the forehead.
That's what I'm talking about. Shabu-shabu. It's like, we're sweating and I can't eat half the things that are going on in that big pot of meat. And I'm like, I'm done now. And he's just like, I'm not done. He keeps eating and sweat. It's horrible. That's not sexy.
How about not even just like romantic dinners, but I find like a source of tension can be just ordering dinner.
Oh my, what do you want for dinner? I don't know. What do you want? I don't know. Italian? No. French? And then I'll name restaurants and I'll be like, well, what do you want? He's I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. And then I'll be like, I don't care. He's like, okay, fine. I'm getting Korean barbecue. Then I'm like, okay, I care. Or then he'll take me to a restaurant. I always know, like, if it's a Saturday night and he last minute books, I just know it's going to be bad. I'm like, in New York City, if you can get a reservation prime time, it's shitty. It's open table. You're getting credit for the reservation, you know?
Oh, I know about that.
And we'll get there and I'll look at the menu. I'm like, there's nothing I can eat. He's like, well, I don't know. You only eat branzino and gluten-free pasta. I'm like, so it should be easy. It should be easy to find a restaurant. If you know what I want,
you fight about this recently. It was our 10th anniversary, so he booked on Dorsia.
What the fuck's that?
It's some app where like you can get good reservations, but he's like, I got us Hexter because it's like, it's so hard to get into.
That place
like
sucks.
An Upper East Side place, and it's like the one coolish place on the
But
Upper
that's
East Side.
depressing for an anniversary.
But okay, so we walk in. This was obviously last minute. We walk in, we have like a bar table next to the utensils plank.
Oh no.
And I'm like sitting there smushed, and I flipped out at him. I was like, I can't do this. This is terrible. And I walked out and I was like, I'm not doing this. It's our 10th anniversary. This is bullshit.
So what did he do?
He was like, what do you want me to do? We've already paid for Undorsia.
Jason, so
I was like, I don't care. Get a credit. We're in the bar seat. I have the utensils in my ears.
This is why you should learn how to drink tequila, because it will just make it better.
No.
Yeah, you have to learn how to. Don't you agree?
Really bad plan.
Jeremy's already asking me, what do you want to do for my anniversary? I'm like, plan something, for God's sakes. It's 10 years. Plan a fucking night. I want rose petals. You know where the rose petals are going to be? On the toilet. He's going to rose petal the bath. I'm going to do that for anniversary. I'm going to rose petal the bathroom toilet.
No, you love to take baths. You can rose petal the bath and take a
I'm going to
sexy
rose
bath.
petal all the way up to the toilet. So he's going to have his anniversary
His
party
throne?
on the toilet, on his throne. That's what it's going to be. Rose petals everywhere. Okay? I'm going to write, I love you in like Lysol.
One other thing that is a real source of tension in my house with my husband is gift giving. I feel like when you're dating, they know that you give your girlfriend a gift on important holidays, birthdays, and then all of a sudden you get married and slowly but surely it becomes you being super clear about what you want and still not getting it.
I mean, yeah. 100%. I have to say, like, Jeremy in the beginning he is a great gift giver, like, every few years. But when we were dating, he gave me a birthday gift in January, and then Valentine's Day is obviously the month later. And instead of just giving me what he gave me, he was like, hey, like, this is a necklace for you. I was going to give it to you for your birthday as an option, but I forgot to return it, and I couldn't return it anymore. So happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I don't need that whole description. Just be like, here's a necklace for you, my love.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like Doug also started out as a very thoughtful gift giver, although it was from the start a little weird. The first gift he ever gave me was this tiny porcelain box with a lid that was in Laura Ashley floral motif.
Ew, where did he steal that from? Like his great grandma?
Exactly.
Did it come with those little candies
I was like,
inside?
oh, how romantic. You're getting lucky tonight. And then I feel like, once we sealed the deal, he could do something a little more romantic. And actually he got me a beautiful locket.
That is really nice.
After my second son was born, and he cut out little pictures of them. They're truly beautiful. I love it. And then after my daughter was born, he said, I want to get you another locket for Eleanor. And I was like, but I love the locket I have. I don't want a second locket. And every now and then he'd bring up, oh, I have to get you another locket. And I'd be like, actually, I'd love a cocktail ring or new diamond earrings, something different. And then lo and behold, on Valentine's Day, he's like, oh.
Like 10 years later, right?
Yeah, like literally a decade later. And I remember I was asleep in my daughter's bed, and he comes in with this locket. He's like, oh, here's the locket. And like, fine, I'm going to give him the thought that I opened it up and it had Eleanor and Bunny, because Bunny is my child. But like it felt like it came out of a gumball machine.
So light.
I was like, what
Gold
is this?
has
And it's like,
gone up in value, so that could be. It is.
but it's like, how many times did I have to say
I don't want another
need
locket?
Another locket. I mean, the truth is I wear it a lot. And whenever I do, he like lights up and says, oh my God, you're wearing the locket. But I'm like, yeah, shithead, because I don't have other jewelry to wear.
Right, exactly. I mean, it should be a reminder. You should change like the inscription on the front and be like, get me something new. As like a little reminder. I mean, I also, and I don't really feel bad shitting on them because 2 reasons. One is they chose this life, and B, like, this is the whole point of the episode. So I'm sorry. We will let them do an episode where they shit on us. But it was our 7th anniversary. Again, very specific. I wanted like a gypsy set ring with a certain stone, like where the stone is kind of embedded in the metal. It's not like coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's my 7th anniversary, and not only is the gift not all, it's so bad. It's like a Swarovski stone, like from talking about a Cracker Jack box. My daughter would be like, ew. It was like the stone was raised up. It was some like fake pink, I don't know what it was. Metal everywhere with a Roman numeral 7 on it. No! It was like I won the Super Bowl and I was Bob Kraft. And I was, I literally, my jaw was dropping on so many levels. And then when the box he put it in, he got on Amazon. had a light. So it was like it opened with a light. So it was even, the ugliness was magnified. But I was like, fuck, he did a Roman numeral 7. Like, it's so sweet, but like, I can't keep this.
What'd you do?
Melted that fucking gold, sold it. Put the stone, made a necklace, whatever I could do, and made a whole new ring.
And it probably cost him twice as much had
Triple.
he just listened to you the first time.
Triple.
Oh my gosh. I feel like it's also really interesting because I have really high expectations and I want...
Actually, I think you have low expectations.
And I want gifts, but it never occurs to me to get him gifts. Actually, more recently, because my daughter's a gift giver, we go and get him gifts, but he's such a pain in the ass.
Because he doesn't want anything because that means spending money. The gift is making money and putting it into the pot. It's not spending money.
Oh, that's hilarious. Because I'm always like, why doesn't he like what we get him? He always returns everything.
Because they would much rather have the money. By the way, when we crush it with Mike's and Medicated, I'm going to be like, I'm not spending a nickel. So I get it. Besides my PJ, and the sky, but like, I'm going to be, more frugal maybe.
I think maybe I'm going to start spending.
Oh yeah, maybe I should start spending.
Because it'll just be nice to spend and not have somebody like texting me in the middle of their workday like, hey, what's this charge?
Yeah. Oh, and it's like, for the 4th time, it's not fraud. I'm sorry, but like, we live in a world where if I'm going to work hard my body and look hot, I also have to wear clothes that I feel good in. And like, I'm not going to shop at JCPenney. Like, do you want me to look like the women in the JCPenney ads? No. You don't.
Right. And it's expensive to keep your body and your looks and your style hot.
Yeah, I mean, look, when I was 16, I could do a little Forever 21 here and make it look good, but like, I don't have the same situation. I gotta spend a little more to look a little bit better.
Right. And I feel like this is another bugaboo. Doug always says, I'm so selfless. Everything I do is for the family.
Oh, yeah. I never have time for myself. Oh, really? What about all those business trips that you get to be in a hotel room alone?
And all those bathroom breaks, Jeremy.
Well, in all fairness, the bathroom breaks, like there's usually either me or my daughter banging on the door for like 30 minutes. So it's not as relaxing as shitting in a hotel.
Right. Doug's not hiding in the bathroom, but somehow he manages to find time to nap every afternoon of the weekend and
play golf.
Oh, that's the worst. It's like, oh, honey, I got the earliest tea time. I'm back so early, like all in being considerate of you and the kids. But like, who gives a shit if you're then going to nap all afternoon? I'd rather you take a late tea time
and the
than
alarm
actually
goes off at
be
5
awake.
and like, it's just not fun. No, they don't get it. I don't know. I guess it really is. Men are from Mars and women are from Venus, whatever. But it should be men are from Venus because it rhymes with penis. Never got that. This is how my brain works, by the way. You're a Harvard Business School Dartmouth girl, but like, this is how my brain goes, it should be men are from Venus.
Totally.
And then I go to Uranus, the other planet, like or Pluto.
Jeremy's
sounds like,
from Uranus.
So that's his favorite planet. And mine is going to be, he's going to kick me out of this universe after this podcast.
Yep.
It's so interesting because we've just spent an entire episode talking about the way we hate our husbands, all really valid points. I feel like we could fill 10 more episodes having this conversation. And yet, why do we get the bad rap as the women?
Well, I think there is this component of Jewish wives being ball-busting, castrating monsters. And we kind of are a little bit. I mean, I might be more than you. But all the jokes about Jewish women are all at our expense. They're never like, oh, the Jewish husband fucked up and got the ugly anniversary gift. It's not. It's like, why do Jewish men die before their wives? Because they want to.
Or Doug's favorite one is a Jewish man is driving down the highway and a police pulls him over. The policeman says to him, sir, do you know that your wife fell out of the car a mile back? And the Jewish man says, oh, thank God. I thought I went deaf.
Right. He'd rather have gone, he'd rather his wife had fallen out than actually become a deaf person. Although to us, they always appear deaf. I mean, that's like the other joke too. It's like the rabbi goes to this guy and he's like, the guy's like, oh, my wife, I think she's trying to poison me. Rabbi goes, let me go meet with your wife. I'll talk to her. Goes to meet with the wife, comes back to the husband and goes, take the poison. So miserable. Like, come on.
I also think we could do an episode on how freaking lucky our husbands are to have us running the household, running the children's lives, running the social calendar, because I feel like they act like, oh my God, working, I'm so overwhelmed. Like the number of times I hear, I'm just so overwhelmed.
Oh, it's every day.
I have so much
But
going
look,
on.
I do get the fact that I'm expensive. My kids are expensive. Let's be real. My like being able to do this podcast and not make money yet is expensive. And I get it. Like keeping a roof over our head, and it's all expensive, but that's your job. Just focus on it versus I've got to make sure, the goldfish is fed and the dog needs a vet appointment and my kid needs a palate expander and this, and like your head is just all over the place.
Right. But women are amazing because I was a corporate professional for,
and you had to probably do all the other stuff too.
And I did everything that one does being a full-time in-office worker. And also, well, I should say Doug was super, what is that saying, like make your partner your partner? Doug was super helpful on all the logistical stuff when I was working. And so I am blessed in that way. But
Hashtag
2
blessed.
points. 2 points. One, the emotional parenting is real. And that is where I feel like the mom gets the full brunt. And Doug will say, but that's your job. They come to you. They don't come to me. But they come to me because I'm the only one managing it.
You're not hiding in the den or at a golf tee time.
Exactly. And I also feel like the minute I stopped working full time in an office job, it was like Doug turned a switch. And all of a sudden I was like, wait. Are these shirts on the floor meant for me to take to the dry cleaners?
Right.
Yeah, no. Actually, my husband, this will be our last point, but he does look so nice and so dapper, and he's very handsome, but he can't put his clothes in a hamper. I've actually talked to a therapist about this, and they told me to get a basketball hoop hamper, like Pottery Barn Kids makes it. And that's the only way to get them to do it. It's like if they have to actually throw it. No.
So we have to make it fun for our kids. So this is how we're going to close. This is how we're going to close. Instead of having, you have 2 children, you have 2 children, I have 3 children.
Wait, and I have a dog and a goldfish.
And right. So it's like our husbands are our additional child.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, that's why I really, in my mind.
Star chart for them.
Yeah, I'm going to do a star chart. I mean, in my mind, I was thinking like, as we opened up with spring break, we'll close on spring break. I was like, next time I'm going to bring like a couples therapist who doubles as a babysitter. It's like, I need both. Right?
Oh my God. I honestly, this is such an admission, but like even on those Save the Marriage trips, like we would benefit from having a couples therapist on those trips.
I try to really be good on those trips because I know that that's really where I really succeed in Capri with Jeremy.
Well,
it's hard
Doug,
to
do you hear that? Doug, take me to Capri and we won't need a marriage therapist.
When you're at like the Marriott in Phoenix, it's a little harder to get. But when you're at, a beautiful hotel in the Mediterranean, better. See? Spend the money, Doug.
Note.
Spend the money, man. There are a lot of good hotels out there that are not Marriott.
Spend the money. Plan the surprise, take the trip,
and even if
make the reservation,
and even if you plan the surprise and it's not good,
get the gift.
As Jeremy says, I'll just surprise and disappoint you.
Yep.
Right?
We'd rather be surprised and disappointed than nothing at all.
Agreed. I'd rather have something to return than nothing.
Exactly.
And I think with that, we do want to make sure we do stay married here. I mean, even though there is happy wife, happy life, nothing rhymes with happy husband, except as my brother likes to say, divorce. So we're happy with the outcome of this podcast. It really doesn't matter what you guys think, but we will have our husbands on and sort of like defend themselves and digest this, and also ask them, like, how does it feel to have your wife talk about your bowel movements on a podcast times? But I think with that, is there anything else you want to say?
No, I mean, I think we could have another episode, but I think first we need to gauge response, make sure we're all still married.
Yeah, I think we need to figure out. And if there are any couples therapists out there that want to maybe help with the viewing party, let us know. And with that, we're going to mic drop it.
Yep.
Thanks for listening to Mic'd and Medicated. We hope you loved listening to us.
But even if you didn't, we have zero shame. So still subscribe to our podcast, leave a comment, and a 5-star review.
And follow us on Instagram and slide into our DMs because they are wide open.
This show was created in New York City and hosted and produced by
Eva Heyman,
and Caroline Leventhal. And mic drop.